so here's part 2. We left off when we had glued this similar figures and examples to the proportions and examples. And now I'm going to glue the back side of both of these to the actual book itself. And so we're on page 1, 2, 3, remember, and we're just going to go straight in the middle of that page and then slide our hand down. Okay, so while I'm on this page, I'm going to go ahead and cut these little lines because we're going to want them cut later. Okay, so if you, and then it can also be bent right there on that little line so it flaps open, because we're going to use that here in a little bit when we get to this page. Okay, so I'm cutting those dash lines, okay, and then I'm going to also cut the inside dash lines. Okay. So there we go. We're cut all the way through. So we have that. Now we're going to move over to this side. This is going to be a little bit trickier. Okay, it's going to take a little bit longer to get together. Okay, so you have these. We're starting with probability first. Okay, so what you're doing is you're going to cut down the dark line. Okay, you're going to cut down the dark line because it's going to make one long foldable. So I want you to cut down the dark line all the way. Okay, now on the back of this page it says glue to top of section 4. So see that how it says glue to top of section 4. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. That's going to be part of my deal. Okay. Okay, so we have this, we're going to glue this part down, and then we're going to go ahead and bend it at that little spot right there. Okay, or the dotted line here. Okay, so once we do that, see how we have a little like lip right here, and then we have a little lip right there. So we're going to make it where the very first part of your paper is the definitions. So when we do this, it should look like this. Okay, so this should be your top page. So if we do that, we have to glue these two. See how they have those, both the matching sets? So we're going to glue those together. Okay. And then so I'm going to do this. And then it's going to click back here. And then your top page will be this definitions page. Okay, so it looks like an accordion kind of, because you pull it and then it does this. Okay, and then back all the way through. Okay, so it kind of looks like a little accordion. Hope that's kind of understanding. And we're going to do the same thing to the second part. So let's try it which way, and we'll see which way is better. And so I'll know what to tell you tomorrow. But it says glue to bottom of section 4. So this is going to be your bottom. Okay, and then we're wanting simple interest as our top. So we need these to match up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece to this piece, because that's where they go. And then that'll be folded over. We'll fold it over this way. And so then it works out like that. So let's So I already kind of pre-glued it together is what happened. There could be several different ways to work that out. So if you come up with a better way, you let me know, because that's a little bit tricky. Okay, so we're doing our bottom of page 4. Okay, and then so we have top and bottom. Okay, and then we are to these pages right here. Okay, these little guys, these pages with all your shapes and things on them, all we're going to do for right now is we're going to fold them in half, and we are going to put them in this braided pocket right here. Okay, so braided pocket right here, because that's where they're going to stay. And so in case we have some other things that we're going to hand out to you, and that we can be putting in here. So, but that's the priority for that right now. And then our last thing, it should say name, and if found, please return to. Okay, so you're going to put your name on there, and then you're going to put please return to Miss Ship, Miss Hopkins, Miss Buckingham, whoever you are, whichever teacher you belong to. Okay, so that we can get it back to you. For right now, for the next couple weeks, we're going to leave these in the classroom. You know, in a couple weeks when it gets closer to time to take our STAAR test, then we'll start letting you take them home and stuff. But for right now, we're just going to leave them in the classroom so that we can kind of keep up with them and what we're doing, unless you need to do some makeup work or something like that. So this is your very first page right here. Our second page should have the base orange, our little flap right here of the number system, and then adding decimals and then fractions. Our second page says solving equations and inequalities, and it folds out like that. Our third page is here. Our second page bottom is here. Okay, and then on our other side, we should have 2 layers of similar figures and examples, and then proportions and examples. We should have definitions, which pulls out, and then simple interest, which also pulls out. And then we should have the 3 other pages inside our braided pockets, and our if found, please return to on the back. Okay, so here we are. Make sure you do have your name on it. Okay, it's going to be important. We're going to do stuff with this almost every day in class until we get through it, and leave it in the designated spot where your teacher asks you to leave it. Okay, talk to you later.